Hello to my Leos. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your reading. All right, Leos, let's get into it. Leos, you have a bad apple Leo around you. Let's jump right on in, right? Thank you for those of you all who've been supporting my oils, my Awakening Ra oils, and all the other products, goods and services that I offer. Here I'm sending all this lots of love and light back to you all. If you all have YouTube channels and you're trying to get your subscriber count up, send me your link. Share your link with me so I can be one of your subscribers. You may have some information that could help me on your channel if you have a channel, so this is a collective community, right? So we support each other, on this channel. If you have good products and services that you sell, or you have a channel, you're trying to increase your your subscriber count, those kind of things. So so let's get into it. Let's help each other to sharpen our gifts and talents. Looking at your cards here, Leos, you have a bad Leo in your midst, a low vibrating Leo in your midst who is all about money. That's all they care about is money, right? And at whatever cost, somebody wants to be a star. This goes beyond somebody just wanting to be the star of the family, right? This is somebody who wants to be famous. So we're crystal clear here. Somebody wants to be famous, another Leo that wants to be famous by any means necessary. And they're linking up with the wrong types of energies to get some kind of wheel of fortune. So this would have been a Leo in your family who is really not that, they're not as famous, they're not as a star like you, they feel like, okay, and they'll use anybody, whoever this energy is, will use anybody to become famous. They want a light shining on them. So something has come to light. I mentioned in a previous reading how people sacrifice family members by any means necessary, right? And how if somebody feels like somebody was it can get real sick, and it get real just sick and twisted, and just how people sacrifice loved ones. I'm gonna take it all the way down to a lowest frequency. We're gonna bring it back up. So this is where you want to really, really keep your loved ones close and tight to them. Let them know money is not everything. It's a form of energy that is protect your kids, protect your grandkids, because people out here, they've been doing it for years, aligning themselves with people who want to just get fast money, like something takes off like a rocket. In terms of fast money, takes off like a rocket. I mentioned to you all in my previous reading that my son and my father, they share the same birth, and my father is no longer here, in the spiritual realm, absolutely, right? But this is why you give people their flowers while they're still alive. You give people their flowers while they're still alive. And I was able to give my father his flowers. That's why I'm not grieving, right? I don't need to grieve. I gave my father his flowers when he was still alive. You give people their flowers when they're still alive, whether you close out a cycle, so you can close out a cycle in love. And this is why I talk about closing out cycles in love so much on my channel, because the next moment isn't promised, right? Somebody is in a family of people who want fast money. It could be another Leo who just wants fast money. You could be the apple of people's eye. You could be this sunny disposition. Your kids could be doing well, all of this other stuff. But somebody who has always felt like people have been blinding their sunlight out may be connected to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. They don't have any problems. To them, they don't have a problem ending somebody. They don't care whether somebody gave them their flowers or not. And you could be this Leo. You could be a Leo that's things are coming up roses for you. Maybe you're a nice looking Leo, or at least beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So anybody who thinks that you are a star in some way, shape, form, or fashion, or that they can benefit off of your star by any means necessary, right? Those of us who were born a star, and I say us, who were born a star, meaning that you're not looking for fame. You just know you're just solid in who you are. You don't have a problem giving people their flowers. You're not looking at people as like, oh, somebody getting way too much attention or whatever. I'm telling y'all, there is not a person that has come across my path that I haven't given them their flowers to in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I send out love to everybody I tell people, this looks good on you, that looks good on you. That I give people their flowers, in other words. And I'm glad that I was able to give my loved ones who transition their flowers before they transition, so I can close out cycles in love. The only way usually death affects people is when they find out some kind of foul play was some kind of, beside the regular grieving process, if there was some kind of foul play involved. That's what kind of sort of shakes people to their core. Like, what? After you moved on, you gave people their flowers, and now you find out some kind of foul play was involved, right? Like somebody intentionally is doing something to end you to make a fortune, because you have a Leo in your midst who really, really wants some money. They want some money, and it's the energy that they're linking up with to end you. So the polarity to Aquarius would be Leo. The polarity to Scorpio would be Taurus. The polarity to Aries is Libra. Any of these things sound familiar to you. The polarity to the Strength card would be in Aquarius. The polarity to Pisces would be Virgo. Any of those signs sound familiar to you. It's time for you to start paying attention, okay? If you're not paying anything else, pay attention. Get outside and get some sunlight, Leos, because you have some bad energies that you're linking up with that see making a fortune off of you. And for those of you all who love life like I do, I love going outside, I like being in the air. I love, there's so many things that I love, and you take the time to just focus on the good memories. This is how you let your loved ones rest in peace. There are still quite a few people who are still alive who feel like their star is gone. There's nobody paying attention to them. They beyond dating state. Nobody wants them. They really, really feel like, okay, their star is dead, right? Because they're putting too much emphasis on fame. They just want the money. They don't care about being famous, and they cold-blooded with it, okay? So Source is trying to help you all to wake up. Right? Some of you all are going to start noticing that loved ones and families who all had this ongoing feud. There's somebody in the family who was always a star. You could have been that one bringing the Christmas gifts. That's how my father was. He would like buy gifts and stuff for other people's kids in the family during Christmas or holidays, whatever. Buy gifts for other people's things like during the holidays and things like that. And so it's always a good idea to make sure you're making peace. There's also an Aries involved in something as well. Like I said before, somebody is basically feeling like they have to be the star in your life, and that you didn't give them enough flowers, in other words. So somebody is really impulsive, they're aggressive, they're tired of waiting on some kind of fortune. In other words, somebody tired of waiting for you to die. You definitely feel like you're dealing with an energy who sees you as competition in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and who they're linking up with, they're doing dark moon magic. This is why you all need to get your rest, Leos. I can't say it enough. This is going to be the secret to healing, right? Getting those hormones and stuff together. Right now, the moon is in Taurus. If you're watching this video on Thursday, it's in Taurus, and then it'll be moving into Gemini. So the areas of your life that could be affected would be your neck, your vocal cords, your throat, your thyroid gland, and then when it moves into Gemini on Friday, your shoulders, arms, hands, bronchial tubes, lungs could be affected. This is why it's so important, each one teach one. As you become knowledgeable about things, you teach other people. That some of your own loved ones closest to you, somebody who feels like they want to be the star, and you getting too much shine, you or your kids are getting too much shine, they will use you or your kid in your own family to link up with other people, other narcissists, to get. A lot of people are looking at energies in terms of like purging. Then when you see the death card, that's where purge comes in. Purging these energies. Okay, let's wipe out some people. Let's purge. Who can we purge? Who can we make a whole lot of money off of? And let's purge. Leos have to come away from this assuming that, everybody thinks that you all are being arrogant when you're really ruled by the sun. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Right? And so how you nurture yourself or how you mother yourself is through your moon sign, right? Let's dive into it, Leos. This is a general reading. Take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, y'all know what to do. Go to my website, queenamonra.com. The first card leading this here for you all is divine synchronicity, right? Divine synchronicity. So Spirit says your light is returning stronger than before. You are stepping back into authenticity, radiance, and self-truth. The challenge is this: you're having a total recall of some things, Leos. Stop turning down your light. You have a horrible Leo amongst you. A horrible Leo. I can't say it no clearer than that. They could be a Leo sun or a Leo moon. You don't need their time of birth to pull birth charts of people around you. You have a tower. This is your tower moment. You're having a total reconstruction in your mind. Like, old structures may crumble, but Spirit says allow the breakdown. Just allow it to happen. It's clearing energetic debris to make space for alignment. The past influences that you've mastered, courage through compassion. Spirit reminds you true strength is not dominance. It's calm power born of self-love. I'm telling y'all, Leos, self-love, self-love, self-love. Somebody thought that here you are starting to bring a tower down on you. This is in your own family, your own circle of friends, people that you are linking up with right now. I need y'all to wake up for real, because death is at stake. Y'all know how many people say after people died, they have been friends. That's why you see some of these videos. And this is what I can really applaud this generation on. Like, they're not scared. They're not operating in fear at all. I mean, people could think it's being arrogant or disrespectful to some degree, but they're really kind of sort of standing up for what they believe in. And I saw somebody on Instagram, basically somebody's child speak up at their loved one's funeral, saying y'all never checked on them while they was alive. I mean, somebody's child let the people have it. They was calling out names. A fight was about to break out, and as low vibrational as that may seem, that's how it feels when you lose loved ones, and you know good and well their kids aren't standing up speaking on your loved one's behalf. Family members who always had a beef with you or issue with you, now all of a sudden they making money, they profiting off of that. You may not care because you're no longer here, you know, but at the same time, somebody needs to wake up to this and start telling people about how these family members are doing people. But you have a real foul Leo amongst you. You have a real foul Leo that's amongst you, that's in predatory mode, whoever you are. And they're too prideful to admit that they've always seen you as competition. You could have been a person, I'm telling you, you could have been a star of the family. You could have been a favorite grandchild and spoke to it publicly. You could have been a favorite child, a favorite something, and they are so foul, they're in zombie-fied mode. I'm gonna tell you this right now, a tower is coming down on them because they did something to get some money. This is a family member of yours. They did something to get some money to somebody else's child, to get some money because somebody wanted to be a star, and they sacrificed somebody else's child. I guarantee you that parent is going to bring a whole tower down on them and whoever they connected with. I can tell you that right now. Even if you don't see it, the other parent is going to bring a whole tower, because people ain't scared of Leos. I can tell you that right now. Your symbol is a lion, very regal, and y'all know how, but I'm talking about a low vibrating Leos. Somebody is going to go straight head to head with them. In your family, they're going straight head to head and they not playing. Here we have the Sun card. They're going to shake them alive. If they've been in a zombie-fied state, they're going to have a whole tower come down on them. And they don't care if they're your family or not. So all of this, family over everything, okay. When they're the ones that want to see you end it and could have done something to your child, adult child, to sacrifice them for some quick money, I bet you wake up then. I bet you wake up then. Here we have the Tower card. So, you know, old structures may crumble. Like I said before, there's a breakdown happening in the Strength card here. You know, yeah, somebody who always talking about they got somebody's back, as long as it's benefiting them financially. They did something to somebody's child. So while you're focused on you, Leos, and you getting your rest, somebody with that same, they've been lying in wait. They may not be a Leo. They may be a different sign. They're going to come after that. They're going to come after that Leo with everything. They're going to bring a whole tower on them. So they're going to start telling on everybody. They're going to start telling on everybody, because you got to remember, with this type of a spirit, they've been wanting to be the center of attention by any means necessary. So all press for them, good press or bad press, is good. Even if it means rolling over on everybody, telling on everybody, oh yeah, I had no idea. Anything that's gonna get them some kind of fame, anything. You're dealing with a straight up narcissist. That's what you're dealing with. They, by any means necessary, they want the attention on them, but it's not gonna be the attention they wanted. Yeah, you're dealing with somebody with tattoos. This is another Leo. You're dealing with somebody with tattoos. You could be a Leo with tattoos. It doesn't really matter. But they got the right one. They got the right one. They sacrifice your kids or somebody else's kid. Remember, y'all wrote fifth house. They sacrifice your kids and somebody else's kids. They got the right one. Even if it's if your mother is a Leo or your father is a Leo, they could have done something because they always wanted to be the center of attention like you. Or it could be a cousin that's a Leo. It could be whoever is another. It's another Leo. It's another Leo. That's why this card came out in this order. They made some kind of impulsive decision because money was involved, a fortune was involved. So they're dealing with somebody who has a lot of money. The tower is going to come down on them. Karma is already at play here, right? But somebody wants so bad to have the luxuries of life. So let's say you're a nice looking Leo, right? For instance, and you've always been the center of attention, whether you're a man or woman or whatever. You got your hair in place and you got your lion's mane in place. You got this and that. This would be a Leo that people would not think that is as attractive as you are in the physical sense. Remember, y'all, solar plexus chakra. So in the physical sense, they would not see them as being you would be more attractive than they are, right, to people. They'd be like, oh, that's your son or daughter. Oh, they really pretty. Like so and so. They be sitting there looking at you, eyes squinted, because they always saw you as competition. Anything that could make money off of you by any means necessary. You never felt protected around them anyway, right? You know, anything that where people are bad mouthing you, they'll tell people they got your back, they got you covered and all that. But anytime somebody's having a negative conversation about you, Leo, they jump on a bandwagon quick, fast, in a hurry. They can't wait to pounce on something negative. Anything to make them the center of attention. But the tower is going to come on them. It's already happening because they're starting to get, possibly because y'all watching this video and y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. But this is the future right here. Now let's go back to the magician, right? This card here. This is a conscious focus. So your focus is on creation. So spirit says your intentions are magnetic. Speak your desires into being with confidence and clarity, right? Yeah, somebody always wanted to be the center of attention, the teacher, the one that's keeping everybody in the loop, anything. See this right here, this infinity symbol? They always want to be the one that's keeping everybody in the loop, you know, so their confidence level may be getting stronger now, but it's not, it doesn't negate the fact that what they did to bring a tower down to make a fortune off of people. And karma knows everybody's address. Everybody's address. It don't matter where you live on planet Earth. Karma can come back and get you at any point in time. Theirs has arrived. Right? Because somebody bringing light to what they did. They do anything for attention. Literally anything. And I'm telling y'all, it's another Leo. It's another Leo. So when we look at this right here, the moon card, this is subconscious energy. Hidden emotions surface from the deep. Spirit invites you to explore your inner world. Truth reveals itself in stillness and surrender. Yeah. So somebody is now like who was holding on to a secret is going to be part of the reason why they're being exposed, because a lot of people know secretly what they did for their money. A lot of people know secretly what they did for their money. They running around here. They're a wolf. But they run with a pack of wolves. They're not a lone wolf. They run with a pack of wolves. People who prey on other people. Oh, we want to be a part of this. You want to be a part of this secret organization, this secret such and such. You're going to have to do this. They'll sacrifice anybody. And the fact that somebody else is going to bring it to your attention, Leo, exactly what Leo did this, is going to make you slow down for change. You're going to slow down. You're going to have no choice because of how close this energy is, how they sacrifice your kids, how they sacrifice possibly your parents. Whoever they sacrifice is going to make, you're going to be trying to hold yourself back. You're going to be trying to hold yourself back, Leos, because that natural Leo instinct is going to want to come out and pounce on them. But I'm telling you, karma is going to do a much better job than you could ever do. This is somebody in your family who has always wanted the attention that you've gotten. You could be the favorite grandchild. And I mentioned in previous reading how, a lot of times grandparents and parents be saying all their kids are favorite for a different reason. When you grow up, that kind of stuff don't even really matter to you, who was the favorite. You just want people to rest in peace, and just you taking the good memories with you because you gave them their flowers while they were here. That's how you close out cycles in love. You don't care about who was the favorite child, son, daughter, all this other stuff. You just want your loved ones to rest in peace. You give them their flowers while they're here, right? But this one right here still wants to be the favorite. This is a type of an energy, and I'm gonna take it all the way down to the flow. This is a type of an energy who brags about taking people's husbands or wives away from them, or girlfriends or boyfriends. They like all of that. And I'm telling y'all, dark, good, bad attention, they love all of it. They love all. This is why they having such a tower moment, because it's being called out. It's really, really being called out. This is the type of person, even if they don't want, let's say if it's a woman, she don't even really want the man, but if he shows her a little bit of attention, or she thinks it's going to make her some kind of money or some way, shape, form, or fashion, she only want him. He may not be good in bed, none of that stuff. But guess what? Just because it's going to get her some attention and give her some kind of limelight, guess what? She going after him. She coming after him with everything she got, and then will tell people how horrible he is in bed, or how he's not this and how he's not that. Male bashing, right? Because the attention ran out. Craziness. Or if it's a man, Leo, the attention on him ran out. This is what y'all dealing with. With people who are born a star, like, hey, listen, they like, listen, it's your time to shine. I ain't trying to be in your space. Go ahead and do your thing. They want to be amongst other stars, not people who are just, y'all get the whole point. So you're dealing with somebody who has a secret. Somebody who possibly with the Leo moon may be holding a secret. They may know something about this loved one, this family member, whoever who is a Leo. They may know something, and they're part of a team that's going to bring a tower down on this Leo. I'm telling y'all, when does somebody know the secret about this particular Leo, and somebody going to be bringing a tower down on them, and they're going to bring it down hard. So if they wanted some attention, they'll be getting some attention in jail. They'll get all the attention they want because of what they did, them sacrificing somebody. So you may have been, like I said before, have checked out yourself. Not really, but you're waking up now. And so when you really, really wake up and realize what this family member did to your child or your parents or whatever the case may be, that's when it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. Oh my God, I needed more rest. Like, how did I miss that, right? And so you could have new love coming across your path, or some kind of new inspiration, because we're talking about this, somebody who can get to the bottom of some stuff, somebody who is very meticulous and detailed when it comes to this kind of stuff, and they're not afraid. They are not afraid. They're holding their inner Leo back. This is a person who is very regal, somebody who is very regal, but they're very meticulous, very detailed, very meticulous. That's coming after this Leo. That's been enlightening people about this particular Leo in your family, right? So if you feel a need, you need to go talk to them. You don't need to. Because now what they did has already been made, it's been made aware, right? People are now aware, right? Yeah, so somebody who is very structured and authoritative is making you aware of an energy. You are reclaiming your authority. Spirit says leadership is not control, it's alignment with divine will and grounded vision. This person was dealing with a very violent, aggressive, and impatient spirit who wanted to make a fortune. So that person could have been dying and teaching somebody, this person could be older, could be an Aries, somebody who'd be older or dying or whatever the case may be, wanted to say, hey, you remember how such and such and such and such, because remember, Death card and the Emperor card brings us to the Tower card. Both of these signs are ruled by the Tower card. So this person could have been like, remember how such and such, basically, I'm going to give you the dark side of things, and this is how you can really become famous. This is how you can become the center of attention, and this is how you can make a fortune fast. So somebody who has been dying, telling somebody this, like passing it, and this is part of their legacy. But whether they realize it or not, this person passing this negativity off to them, they basically says, here, let me give you my karma so I can rest in peace. This is like a person who's literally on their deathbed saying, let me give you my karma. But this person likes attention so much. Let me give you my karma so I can go ahead and rest in peace. This energy is too egotistical to even know that somebody is passing their karma off. So they've already accepted something. They've already accepted something. So this person could have already transitioned. They could be transitioning. But that's literally like somebody basically like, let me give you the key to poisoning people so that you can become, so you won't have any more money problems. It's an inheritance of karma. People absolutely inherit their parents' and grandparents' karma. So this person said, you'll never have any money problems again. Let me teach you this real quick. You'll never have money problems again. But they just inherited their karma and somebody else is putting a stop to it. So if you have loved ones in your family who want some level of fame like you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, whoever you are, you could be famous in whatever industry you're in, it doesn't really matter. But they want some level of fame, and you got to teach people how to beware of loved ones who see them as competition, who's just waiting to pounce on anything, waiting for a Saturn return, waiting for anything to pounce on something. You gotta warn, and sometimes, unfortunately, you gotta warn your own kids against towards their grandparents, siblings, parents, sometimes all of that. So I'm bringing it up to a higher frequency. You are now awakening. Don't let your kids absorb a karmic cycle of abuse. Because you just keep going, I just want to keep them around such and such, and they passing all these bad negative stuff down to your kids, and they are not respecting your wishes to stop cussing around kids, to stop arguing around kids. That spirit of abuse, all of that stuff. Get that if you're trying to break a cycle. But this one right here, somebody's trying to make a fortune off of you. Maybe you're a government employee, and governments have good life insurance policies. There's something you can sign up for. Maybe you were in the military. So it's something about your energy. Again, this is not about you having a whole lot of money in the bank right now, whoever I'm talking to, but somebody could make a fortune off of you. And here's the thing, the very same energy that told people they can make a fortune off of you if you was in the military or you served in the government, or in some way, shape, form, or fashion where you would get some kind of money back by default for a cheaper price, like you wouldn't be paying regular life insurance policy for military or government or something like that. Yours would be cheaper. Your person who's a servant, like a service member or a public servant, in government, and you be getting, somebody will make a whole lot of money off of you, off of your death, right? I don't know if anybody's watching my channel, if you're famous or you're a celebrity or whatever the case may be, but people looking at, okay, we can cash in on this energy. They half dead anyway. There's no coming back from whatever the case may be. Maybe you're a singer, maybe you're an artist, and somebody already wrote you off like you already half dead. Like you're already half dead. So keep in mind that people that gave you your flowers and didn't want a thing from you. Keep that in mind. They didn't want a thing from you. They not looking for any kudos, attaboys. They not looking for any you to be leaving them in their will. They weren't looking for all of that. They really genuinely do love you, right? Even if their name wasn't in a will, they genuinely do love you. But pay attention to the ones who straight up cold-hearted. This is a ice cold moon, and it's also a hunter's moon, and find out who they're linking up with. Right? I'm seeing you getting your rest. Sometimes Source has to force Leos into rest, for real, because y'all so busy trying to save everybody. Source will sit you down somewhere, for real, even if you're not ready to sit down. And so you got to be aware of the magicians around you that's linking up with other people. They already plotting. They plotting and planning your demise here. Who won't get what? Okay, you ain't even in the you're not even in the grave. They plotting and planning. But there's another Leo who is at the helm of something. There's another Leo who's at the helm of something. Yeah, they gonna come around nice and sunny disposition now. Oh, is anything you need? Anything I can get for you? Anything? All this other stuff. But so it's like, nah, you're not stupid. You're not stupid at all. You know who people linking up with, right? So, you're dealing with a person who likes to say they was joking about this and they was playing about that. I was just playing. I was just joking, so on and so forth. Somebody could literally be linking up with somebody else and plotting your demise, right? Okay. So you gotta be money conscious and aware that a no is a no. And if you're putting out your life, getting your life insurance policies, put some kind of clause in there or something. They can't spend it on this or that, or this person or that person, or ration it out. So they'll get a chance to see once they start saying no. Start telling people now. Start saying no when it comes to money. That's gonna clear room real fast. Start saying no. You don't care what their financial situation is. Start saying no when it comes to money. That's gonna wake some people up. But you got a real foul Leo amongst you. Somebody who likes to lie in wait and pounce on some stuff. Like I said, there's an Aries attached to something. There's a Libra, an Aquarius attached to something. There's a Virgo attached to Pisces is attached to something. People are just waiting. People are just waiting on something. That is why some wealthy people just leave all their money to charity. They're like, you know what? They're not leaving people a dime because they know how people would fight over stuff, how they would, even the one person that you feel like, okay, I'm going to leave all of it to, that person is now becomes the victim. They start trying to unalive the one energy that you leaving stuff to, right? That's why some people are like, no, don't leave them anything. They don't even want to be, because they see when people who are valuable, like with military or government, or maybe you have a lot of money or whatever the case may be, they may say they want to leave all their money to charity. They only want somebody fighting over something. They really don't. So, and that's a shame. That's a shame that you have all these people around you with a scarcity mindset. And so, Source is showing you right in your face that some people will literally cut everybody off. They would just say, you know what, they're not inspired anymore by talking to certain people because all they can talk about is, oh, you know what, I can't make ends meet. They're not supposed to meet. Okay, I need a little bit of this, and I need a little bit. Can you help me out with this and all of this other stuff? Because they know they linking up with people, they taking it back to certain other people, and that's how y'all listen. What you're dealing with here are energies who are detached, unpredictable, aloof. Energies that are arrogant, stubborn, domineering. You're dealing with energies who are indecisive, people-pleasing, and avoidant. You're dealing with energies that are jealous, secretive, and obsessive. You're dealing with energies who are impulsive, aggressive, and impatient. Like somebody cannot wait for somebody to die so they can cash in because they've always wanted to be the center of attention. Always. It's sad. It really is sad that they can't stand on their own and say, okay, well, I can go out here and get it on my own. So I don't have any, I can thank whoever. You may be one amongst the people that they're thanking, but they want all of the attention. They literally want all the sun to be shining on them. So your this Ace of Wands right here is near future. This is near future here, right? And so a new spark of inspiration lights your path. Spirit says divine energy moves through you. Act when the flame ignites for it to be sacred direction. And the reason why I brought up birthdays, people having the same birthdays, is let's say, for instance, you are a person, like I told you that my son and my father, they have the same birthday, they share the same birthday, different years, obviously, but and my father is no longer here. And so I'm glad I gave him his flowers before he transitioned. So I don't have to grieve anything. I have pictures. I have, conversations that we shared, and just him telling me he was proud of me, all this wonderful stuff. So unless somebody told me that he died of some real suspicious circumstances, that would make me kind of sort of double back, like, what? Right? So, you don't have to grieve. What we all grieve is the physical existence of people, but their energy never dies, right? And so some people Some people, and it can be on one side or the other, don't close out cycles in love. They're still resentful. They're holding on to something because they feel like you could have left somebody else something that they feel like they were entitled to getting, right? That's why you got to be real careful when there's a fortune at stake here. But somebody within this circle, this society, knows all of it. They got very detailed information about all of this, and they're going to be the ones that's going to blow the top off all of this, okay? So, and it's already happening. It's already happening because people are starting to awaken to, dang, their own family did it to them. So once you are amongst that crew of people, when you awaken to like, dang, okay, this person is still hooking up with an ex who's always wanted to be the star of the show, and they would use their own kids to do it. Right? Use their own kids to do it while the child is still sitting there grieving. Okay, you know I was there for you in your lowest time. My bills aren't, I got to get my bills taken care of, and the child is here just giving it because they still grieving, trying to process a mess. That's why I'm telling y'all, that's why some people decide they're not leaving anybody anything. Like, okay, I would rather send you to school. I would rather teach you how to get your money and keep your money. That's how you're going to start seeing how people really, really are towards you. You'd be surprised at what people will do for money. And half of them can't stop crying because, I'm telling you, half of them can't stop crying because they know they've been kept in a loop of what they would get. It's sad. I mean, y'all listen. Okay. Wheel of Fortune here. Wheel of Fortune. This is the external influence. Destiny turns in your favor. Spirit says, trust your timing. The universe is weaving new opportunities through your courage to evolve. So, yeah. What I'm seeing here, Leo, is that it's not so much that you need to just cut people off altogether. It's just inspiring people. Hey, listen, while you have me in your presence, you can give me your flowers, but also glean from the confidence of being connected to you. Glean from that confidence. Like, this is where you're learning how to, you're trying to help people. Hey, listen, they can build their own empire just by being in your presence. Right? Just by simply being in your presence, they can build their own empire, and they'll start to see the people around them. They'll start to see the people around them. You know, some people, if they get a chance to meet famous people, they want the money. They don't even see the value of being around somebody who's seen both sides of the coin. People talk to them like they're dead, but then you got people who giving you your flowers. So a lot of people couldn't handle that. They could not handle that for 5 minutes. Oh my God, I would just take the money without the fame. So here we have a star. You've always been a star, but the stars are aligning for you. The stars are aligning for you. You got to be around people who like, listen, I'd rather you be here than you be still linking up with these vampires who's killing you on a regular basis. That's what a lot of stars recognize in their own family members. They're like, listen, cut certain people off. All they want from you is what they can get from you. And unfortunately, a lot of our loved ones don't realize it until it's too late. That they got a bunch of vampires around them sucking the life out of them. Just can't wait for a check. Can't wait for some money. Can't wait for such and such and such and such. So source is saying you're waking up to a whole lot of things. You're waking up to a whole lot of things. But I'm telling y'all, somebody was amongst this secret society. They know it all. There wouldn't be nothing they'd be able to deny. They couldn't even deny it because guess what? The person got recordings. They got pictures. They know who's a part of what. They know the scoop on all of who's connected to this, right? And to some degree, that's where they want their star to shine as well. But it's to your benefit. It's to your favor. It's to your benefit and it's to your favor, right? So the stars are aligning for a whole lot of people who are not arrogant. They're confident in what they do. They like, okay, there's no competition in what they do, right? So the stars are aligning for a whole lot of people to out these energies. Solar plexus chakra could be another Leo. It could be another Leo who's a star in their own industry, whatever industry. They could be in military, they could be in government, they can be in music, art, sports, whatever. Another Leo is going to out a dark Leo who is coming for you. They just want you out of here. So, yeah. So, whoever this dark energy, whoever this dark Leo is, dark energy entity is, They're too prideful to ever admit what they was doing to you was wrong. They've been telling you, but lying, just bold-faced lying to your face. I got your back. I got your back. I got your back, while secretly stabbing you in the back. They're never going to apologize for their behavior. Never. When I say never, they ain't apologizing in this lifetime or the next lifetime, and that's cool. They don't need to. But guess what? Now that you're awakening, you're gonna be done with them. So create the change that you want. You're gonna be done with them. So listen to your inner voice. Make room for a new blessing. Speak something into existence. Step through the portal. I'm telling y'all, other stars, they're not tripping like that. Somebody could tell you all of a sudden now they're awakening and they're having a come to themselves moment where they're starting to say, oh my God, I can't believe the least they could tell y'all is like, y'all remember the movie The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston, and that scene where her sister was sitting on a step with her and she was singing Yes Jesus Loves Me, and the sister was singing Yes Jesus Love Me, and then Whitney Houston's character Rachel Marion comes behind her and she starts singing, and clearly you know who the star is, right? The that in that scene in the movie where the sister was like, when the bodyguard basically like, well, who did you pay and how much did you pay, and she finally broke down and started saying, I just paid enough for the job to get done. Just straight up jealousy and craziness. This is what you're dealing with. That's the type of spirit you're dealing with. So Angel Raphael, the healer and protector of travelers, is with you. This is the type of spirit you're dealing with. She apologizes for betraying. She can apologize till the cows come home, but apology accepted, access denied. Check your request list again. Everything in moderation. Everything in moderation. So the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Your ancestors have a message. But yeah, you got somebody that's amongst this secret society. They hot on them. They are hot. When I tell y'all they hot on them, they on them. And to some degree, they're proud that they've awakened to stuff like the same thing happening in their family. They're like, oh my God. They don't have any competition because they've been right there meticulously taking notes, looking at everything. When I tell you, going to bring a tower down in these people, it's time to expand your brand. You're protected by angels. It's a den of lions. It's a Leo that's going to protect you against another Leo who is trying to pounce on something, trying to wait for your death, your demise. Love up on yourselves more. And what I was going to say about birthdays, let's say you're a famous Leo. Let's say you're a famous Leo, right? And you got somebody in your bloodline. Like I was telling you how my father and son have the same birthday. They have the exact same birthday. And they would, if you have grandkids, or let's say one of your kids have your same birthday, these energies are not above using your kids or grandkids in your likeness and image. If you're famous, that's how sick child. Anyway, yeah, things are starting to flow to you like water. Somebody is not happy without you. You made a positive impact on them. All it takes is for a person who is not threatened by a Leo's shine, whether it's a Leo sun or Leo moon. All it takes is a person that's like, listen, hey, what? Get up there and shine bright. Everybody ain't hating. I'll be your ears and eyes in the audience. For real. And let you know. Like I just recently saw this interview with Taylor Swift, and she was talking about her fiance, how he goes out, like he went out in one of her concerts and he was just like talking amongst people, basically like bringing her, she called it the tea, right? She's bringing her the tea back. You got a lot of people who are so comfortable in their own star, like she was really describing her fiance. You got people who are so comfortable in their own star. They don't see you as competition. They like, go shine when it's your time to shine. They shining over here, and that's exactly what's happening here. So pray and meditate. That's why you don't want people around you as ego boosting as it can be, to have people to really just be in your corner, rah in your corner. You want that equal balance of being able to sit down and cheer your person on or your family members on because they doing their thing or their kids doing their thing, right? You don't want to be around people who just want to ride the coattails because they don't realize, okay, well, I'm too old to do this. I'm too this to do. No, they can start a YouTube channel. They can do something where their wisdom and knowledge can help people. They have enough wisdom and knowledge. They work jobs. They almost been fired from jobs. They dealt with jealous people on the job. They can be a star themselves. And people are waking up to, hey, there's purpose in all of this. Except riding your coattails, right? Somebody met their match. Somebody met their match. Anybody playing around with people's lives? Like, people crazy out here. People playing with people's lives because they feel like, okay, well, you know, my star, I don't have everybody has a purpose out here. They may not be making as much money as you do, but the trust everybody has. I keep trying to tell people, if you over 35 years old, start a YouTube channel. You got something to tell somebody that people can relate to. You can talk about anything. You can talk about, hey, I was at work today, and this person that I work with, you don't even have to give out names. This person I was working with tried to get me fired, and I realized I can't go to lunch with them anymore, whatever. They don't know who it is because they'll be too busy stalking your page, and they'll be like, oh, I wonder if they're talking about me. A hit dog will holler. They'll understand why you're not going to lunch with them anymore. They'll understand why y'all not cool like that in the workplace anymore. They'll know, because you're exposing it without saying their name. You don't need to say their name. So, base chakra, you pulling some stuff up at the root. You get into the root of some stuff. Oh, shucks now. You've been patient enough. Oh, wait a minute. You get into the root of some stuff. You finally get into the root of some stuff, Leos. Get y'all rest. I don't care if you got to take a nap in the middle of the day. If you work from home, I'm telling y'all. When I was teleworking, and if I felt like I needed to take a nap in the middle of the day, I would do it on my lunch break. I'm not cheating people out of their money that I work for. So listen, I'll take a nap on my lunch break, set my alarm, and say, okay, I'm shutting everything down, I'm taking a nap on my lunch break. I need to take a power nap, because these moon phases can be exhausting. I'm telling y'all, we're still in the full moon phase, and they could be exhausting. So if you feel like you need to take a nap in the middle of the day, do it. Yeah, sacral chakra, stretch it out. So triangle. So somebody could be into yoga. Right? You had a feeling, child. You had a feeling about something. Why somebody was being so patient with you. Somebody was being so patient with you. It could be an earth sign for somebody. Somebody was being so super patient with you. Because of who these energies are linking up with. Y'all waking up. Y'all are waking up. When money is involved, I mean, you would see all out courtroom brawls. I'm telling y'all, I've been around longer, and you just the latest one that come into. Nah, you said. Listen, take everybody's name off the whoever the will. Everybody's name is going to charity. Okay, y'all fight over that. Then that's gonna clean house. It's gonna let you know who genuinely wants to be around you, who doesn't want to be around. They just in there for a check. Take everybody's name off. The cycle is over. Move forward. Take everybody's name off. I can't tell y'all what to do. I'm just saying this. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing in the reading. Of course, if you're gonna keep people's name on it, I ain't somebody trying to cuss me out and trying to fight me. Why? See, they watch your channel. You tell it right. Take their name off. Listen, you're gonna do what you want to do. This is free will, right? I'm not anybody's God. I'm just telling y'all what I'm seeing here in the cards. But I'm telling y'all, when the word no clears out spaces. Y'all, everybody know who's around them in it to what they can get for it. Everybody knows that. Even if you feel like you are half zombified out because maybe your job is at risk or this is at risk or that's at risk or whatever. But everybody knows that people are waking up. Some people, that's all they waiting on is a payday. That's it. That's it. They've been they've been holding on to your star from very beginning. And I'm not talking about just famous people, just so we're crystal clear. Some people, y'all are a very driven sign, but some people are driven in different ways. And there's a fortune at stake here. And so while people say, well, hey, listen, let people fight over. I'm no longer here. Don't put other people in a position to be sacrificed that may not be able to handle what you can handle, Leos. You may be a Leo that can handle it and be ready to just throw paws on somebody. Lion paws, child. But if you leave something to somebody who is naive and they're still trying to process, all this chaos and confusion around them, that's setting them up for failure. That's literally setting them up to be sacrificed. So I feel like somebody is now starting to think beyond you being a Leo that can handle something. Another Leo is going to take a Leo out of here. They're going to expose them like never before, and there'll be nothing they can say. There'll be nothing they can say, because they are just now waking up to some stuff in their own family. Yeah. So yeah, they're just now waking up to some stuff in their own family. They like, okay, I'm going through the same exact stuff in my family. What the heck? What the Hail Mary full of grace is going on in here? But that's what I'm saying for you all, Leo. So yeah, you pulling something up at the root. You get to the root of some stuff. I'm telling y'all, a lot of people will be starting taking people off. They're going to start leaving it to charities. Leaving stuff to charities, and maybe have something to charities, but like secretly have something set up for some people that they know are not in it for money, where nobody knows who's getting what. Watch some people start changing their attitude and giving you your flowers. Watch. I'm telling y'all, watch. Watch. All of a sudden, I just always wanted to tell you how much you influence, and you helped me, Leos, and you were always, now everybody want to give people their flowers. You still ain't leaving certain people name in your will. So save yourself. Somebody had a very jealous ex. Very jealous ex. Save yourself. Somebody had a very jealous ex who came in like they were saving you. Saving you from what? We don't have the power to save each other. You can lead people to water, but you can't force them to drink. Even your doctor can't save you. Your doctor can run all sorts of tests. That's what they're practicing physicians. That's why it's called practicing physicians. They could have run all kinds of blood tests and done all kinds of stuff for you to say, hey, listen, you've been eating too much sugar. Okay, you tiptoeing over on. We're not talking about your weight, but you're in the danger zone. You're eating too much sugar every time. You never met a cake or a cupcake you didn't like. Okay, I'm gonna need you to calm down on that, because you're entering into a danger zone, right? That's why when you see these shows like My 600-Pound Life, they always have a handler in the show. Somebody there that's bringing in pizzas, sodas, bringing all this stuff in there because they want to be the star of something. They in there for their own personal. Very seldom do you see people there that's like really seriously like, listen, I'm not bringing you that stuff. You just gonna have to be mad at me. You can cut me off if you want to, but I don't want you dead. You worth more to me alive than dead. I don't care about a check. So very seldom do you see those type of people. They sneaking in food in the hospital while they secretly slipping in this piece of paper. Go ahead and make me the power of attorney on something. So that's how you saving yourself. That's how you saving yourself. So yeah, the cycle is over. You moving forward. But I'm trying to tell y'all, people just. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be another Leo that's gonna expose somebody. I've been seeing this for quite some time, and y'all reading. It's gonna be another Leo that's gonna crack the child. And what somebody's hearing right now, this is going to help you move on from disappointment, because you're talking to people about things that's heartbreaking and disappointing, but so many people have the same thing in common. That's how you're going to save yourself. Somebody could have new love in their life, but you're saving yourself from a jealous ex. And y'all riding in the car close together, y'all talking. This is how something started with new love. Y'all riding around in the car talking. But you and somebody, y'all not gonna be trauma bonding. Y'all just gonna be like, man, I'm so glad I woke up. I'm so glad I woke up. Because people know, people just be doing anything. Yeah, Ten of Swords. Somebody there home right now watching something on social media, watching on their phone. Like, dang it. I want you to shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. No. Y'all getting ready to, I'm telling y'all right now, your 10th house is your career and your vocation. But somebody's sitting at home right now brokenhearted. They just like, okay, because so many people have the same thing in common. That is why people are waking up. That is why I do what I do. Read the cards and being meticulous as I do. I take it all the way down to the lowest of frequency. Stuff that people like, I don't want to believe. You better wake up. You better wake up. Think about right now when you ask certain people, they ask you for some money and you really genuinely didn't have it. That conversation ended just like that. But start telling people, I'm not leaving anybody in my will. Even if you really are, start telling them that you're not. Because now that I'm awake and I'm aware, oh, you're gonna have to work for your name to be on this will. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to put in some work. You want your name to be on something? You're going to have to put in some work. I'm going to need some consistency. Okay? Yeah. You sacrifice too much. Your ancestors sacrificed you too much for you to finally build up the confidence to do something. But people don't know the half of when you're famous in whatever industry you're in, the stuff you got to put up with. And they think they just going to glide on through. Oh, wrong, Leo. That's what I have for you all, Leos. Yeah, start making people work just as hard as you had to. Start making you want to just sit back and you're gonna have to be consistent. I don't want to hear nothing else. Well, I mean, you built different, Leo. You don't mind taking all this stuff. Okay. Well, show some consistency with something. So the outcome is that you're a star. You've been a star. You've been a star when you came out the womb. I'm telling y'all, don't get caught up in I was the favorite child, the favorite grandchild. That's kiddie stuff. That's when people they still talking about that mess. But this is you were born a star. Even that, and you being a favorite child or grandchild should have given you the confidence. It like gives you the wind beneath your wings to say, you know what, every room I step in, I was supposed to be there. Somebody else, no matter how somebody said it to them, oh, they the prettiest, they're the this and that, they never felt like they had the wind beneath their wings to say, okay, I'm gonna take it to the next level. I'm good every room I step in. Source sent me to every room I step in. Everybody don't have that same level of confidence. So Source is trying to help you to see that you were born a star. And this week is going to mark a sacred renewal for your fire and purpose. Spirit is guiding you through transformation into illumination, Leo. So trust the process. The storms are clearing your sky so your soul can shine without shadow. Okay? This is your rebirth into divine radiance. This is not the time for you to just turn down your light, Leo. This time for you to get your rest. And if you don't get it, Source is going to lay you flat on your back and make sure you get some rest. And that can come in a form of exhaustion. It literally can come in a form of like, I don't even know what came over me. I'm so tired right now. I need to put in a leave slip for real. I need to go get 3-4 hours of sleep. You like, oh my God, I really needed that. Why was I so tired? Could be full moon phase. Could be because Source is trying to download some messages into your spirit, Leos, so that you all can get what you've been missing. You've been missing these downloads. Start documenting when you first. Be inspired to document. Structure all of this stuff. Like put something in order, because the next moment isn't promised to anyone. But you're getting ready to start seeing who saw you as competition, see you say that's childlike teenage competition, who still sees you as competition when you were born to shine. Like, come on, y'all, what the heck? This way you rule by the sun. You rule by the sun. And so if another Leo can't see, that they were ruled by the sun as well, people are starting to wake up, but it's not going to stop their karma from coming back. Karma knows everybody's address. You can change your address 25,000 times. And karma said, ta-da! Here I am. You thought you was going to get away? So that's what I'm saying for you all. And so some people, they may not have done something directly themselves. They could really be paying for the sins of loved ones who have already transitioned on, who passed that karmic debt on to them, thinking that they was leaving them with something, but they was leaving them with a karmic debt so that they can rest in peace. So that's what I have for you all, Leos. Hopefully this has been helpful for you all, but I do feel like somebody is going to secretly start putting people, if you have a will, nobody's going to know who's on the will. Nobody's going to know. But you may be making the announcement, I'm cutting everybody off financially. I ain't giving nobody no money. You're going to have to get a job, whatever the case may be, but y'all ain't stressing me out. That's you taking your Leo cape off. You work for the government, wherever you work for, you could be working for the local gas station that has health insurance. You could be taking out a small life insurance policy or whatever. Nobody's name is on it. First of all, they may not even know that you have one, because you're gonna stop talking about it. But yeah, you'll start to see who really wants to be there, who doesn't want to be there, because people can benefit. You don't have to cut everybody off. You're just cutting off the financial piece. You're gonna find out who really is gonna give you your flowers while you're still alive, or they just waiting to, you know, cash in on something. Watch people start acting better around you now. Watch they start treating you differently. Watch. But they're being called because, and the reason why all of this is happening to so many people is because the ruling planet death card, it connects us to Pluto. Pluto is in Aquarius until 2043. There is a real purging of this entire planet for people to start treating people no respecter of person. No matter how much money is being left, no matter how much property, no matter how much stuff is being left, people are tired of paying for their ancestors' karmic debts. They are sick of it. And so people are starting to treat other people like human beings. They ain't just sitting around here waiting for somebody to die to collect a check. So some of these insurance companies are really starting to do serious audits. They really, like, nah, they just ain't paying out stuff. Like, we need to find out we get to the bottom of what happened for real. As they should. They need to find out what happened. So judgment is coming down on some people who was obsessed with money. Judgment is coming down on some people. They're so obsessed with money, trying to take some people up out of here. Judgment is coming down. So you can rise above the judgment. You can rise above it, whoever you are, but judgment will come down on another Leo. They too prideful right now. Until that judgment comes down. And that time. But something was fated to happen. Tower. And they're going to tell everybody you turn your back on them in their time of need. You ain't turn your back on nobody. But you fell for the okie doke. This right here, 3 and 2 is 5. 5 is, yeah, you fell for, you know, I really don't want people to talk about me behind my back because I don't want to cut off, you know, certain family members. They already been exposed. Because you will be able to defend your decision to move on from them without even coming across as defensive. And watch they start saying, why? Why would you do that to me? I would never, I always had your back. Watch. Remember that time we went to court and I had your back in your divorce, or I had your back in, you know, with, you know, that case you were going through. You was having some problems and stuff. In the spiritual realm, you can already hear them because, like I said, all attention for them is any good, bad, whatever. They just want the attention. That's what I have for you. Hopefully it's helpful. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.